Good morning. My name is Richard Wexler, and this is Caring in America, the podcast for caregivers. Today is Tuesday, November 21st, 2023, 2 days before Thanksgiving. What does that mean from a care perspective? We've known for a long time that things get a little crazy around the holidays. Adult children, grandchildren come home to see moms and dads, grandparents. Maybe they haven't seen them for a while, and they see changes. Mom's walking different. Dad's struggling with his memory. Their grandmother just looks different than the last time that you saw her. Here's the problem, and it's something my family faced and millions of Americans face as well. Okay, things are changing for mom and dad, grandparents. Maybe there's a need for care. That could be now. That could be in the near future. Well, what is care? The unfortunate part, most families really don't understand that simple little word. They probably think someone's going to come in the home, wherever mom and dad live, wherever the grandparents live, and take care of them. They don't really understand what that means. Does that mean hiring a professional caregiver from an in-home care agency in their local community? Does that mean going to your church, your synagogue, talking to the pastor, talking to the rabbi, and saying, do you have people that could help us with mom? And then on top of that, what I've found in all the years I'm doing this, most people don't understand what that costs. So what does it cost to bring someone in from the church? What does it cost to bring someone in from an ad? And what does it cost to bring a professional in? What we're trying to do on this podcast is help people understand exactly what care is. What does it mean to bring a professional in? What does it mean to bring someone from an ad in, from the church, from a synagogue? What potential problems could that cause? And what do they charge? We talked about professionals these days. The average is $33 an hour across the country. And a lot of cities now are over $40 an hour. And yes, someone from the church, someone from the synagogue, someone from an advertisement is going to be less expensive, but potentially what are the problems with bringing someone like that in? Here's the other issue. Most people don't understand that there's other options like an assisted living. If someone's memory is getting bad, maybe it's time to move someone to a memory care community. So what are those? Where do they exist? How do they work? That's what we're trying to educate everyone about on this podcast. What do they cost? We've talked about that. An assisted living on average throughout the United States is about $4,500 a month. A memory care community, more like $8,000, $8,500 a month. We have to understand that. We, as people that do understand that, have to educate others. Folks, when you go home, you may see changes with mom and dad and or grandparents. You need to understand what your next steps may be. Because the other options that we've talked about, if someone is really needing care, then a family member potentially moves in with them. Is that going to work based on where they live, size of their house, apartment, condo, townhome, whatever it may be? Or is mom, grandmother, dad, father-in-law going to move in with the adult children or possibly the grandchildren? Does the house work? Is that big enough? What would the sleeping situation be for that older loved one? What would the bathroom situation be? Can you guys still go to work, or are they going to need someone to care for them throughout the day until you return at night? And what are you going to do about that? Are you going to bring someone in again from an advertisement, from the church, from the synagogue, a professional? Can you pay those bills? Can you afford it? There's a lot of things to think about. We need to start understanding this. And as you hop in the car, jump on an airplane to go see these older loved ones, as people age, and I know boomers are never going to age, but as they age, this is real. And we can avoid it. My wife and I did. Then all of a sudden it kind of stands up and bites you right in the face. And it's extremely difficult when you really don't have any knowledge. I tell you guys, share this information with friends and colleagues at work and other loved ones and relatives. Help them understand this little tiny word called care. What's it going to mean in your life? I've talked about this. I don't know if my wife and I thought that some magic potion was going to keep our parents fine until when? When is when? And most people are thinking in a similar vein. They're thinking about Thanksgiving. They're thinking about Christmas. They're thinking about Hanukkah. They're thinking about things like that. They're thinking about travel and gifts and food. And they're not thinking about this little tiny word called care. But it's really important, and really important that we do think about it, folks. Because as people start entering that latter stage in life, and for some people that's 50s, for other people that may be 95 plus. But I keep using this word. At some point, some stuff is going to happen. We don't necessarily know what that stuff is, and it seems to be different for everyone. Here I go again with that other four-letter word called plan. Would you rather have some plan in place? Would you rather have talked to brothers and sisters if you have them? If you're an only child, maybe talking to a pastor, maybe talking to a rabbi, talking to someone to get an idea when things start changing, or maybe they already are, with older loved ones in your life. What are you going to do? So as we get ready to wrap up this brief episode, I really wish everyone a wonderful Thanksgiving, safe travels, whether you're going by car, airplane, boat, or whatever. I encourage you, keep sending me those emails. Tell me what you want to talk about. If you have a story to share, let me know. If you're an elder care professional, let me know so we can get you as a guest on the podcast. And that email, once again, eldered2023@gmail.com. Have a great week. Have a great, safe holiday. Enjoy yourself. And until we talk again, have an awesome day.